My gosh, it's the last chance.
The last chance. We don't have any more options after this. After this, it's just going to go straight to the moon, and we could have purchased it here on Earth, but we were left behind.
Oh my goodness. I think we have yeah, I think this could be the last chance to get it below, 70,000. I think definitely.
Yeah, okay,
And then
that's
the moon.
interesting. That's actually interesting. I'm actually really curious about your opinion on that.
Oh, okay. So let me just go right into the charts of Bitcoin.
Yeah, do that.
I mean, pretty much it's been the last like 3 weeks. It's just been, for me, it was like, oh my gosh, it's still going down. Oh my gosh, that means I got to buy more. So I've been just buying,
Right.
every time the price goes down. So I've been during this, downtrend, this correction, I've been just dollar cost averaging some new coins, some and adding to some uh existing positions. So it's like, wow, all right. And it kept going down. And I was like,
Yeah, it just wouldn't stop.
it wouldn't stop.
It's weird.
So, and I just wanted to keep buying more.
Which the question I have actually is this the first time that we've actually seen crypto go down this much directly after the halving? Because usually there is actually like a downturn or a sideways kind of action
Well,
thing.
I'll
But
get into that. But right now, you see my chart right here. This is the bull
yes.
flag I had drawn a while ago. And you can see um, pretty much from the peak to, this low over here was like 25%, just under
Yeah.
25% drop. But it pretty much, it hit the top resistance here and then it kind of held for support down here. And then it wicked below it, but it came right back. And since then, when it went wicked down to what, like 56,000 or something like that,
I think it
just
was,
below
yeah.
57,000. But since then, it's been on a tear, really. Since we'll
Yeah.
just go from this low to here, it's up 10% over the last, 3 days. So I
Just
think,
so wild. It's yeah,
my
there's some
opinion
people.
is this is going to go ahead and just work its way back up to this top resistance line. But I just feel like, sometime in the month of May, we're going to see it break up above this resistance line. This is my opinion. This is what I think is going to happen with the market. That we're going to see Bitcoin break above, the $70,000 mark, probably make a new all-time high, maybe hit up to 80, but then it'll come back down to this $70,000 range. And then I think from there, it's going to go over 100,000.
Yeah.
But I think over the next, the rest of the month of May, I think we're going to go ahead and be above the 70,000 range. Could be a new all-time high, but between 70 and 75,000, I think we're going to at least get to that before this month is over. And there's a lot of time. It could be much higher. Who knows?
So you think we're gonna hit an all-time
It's
high
only
before
Cinco
the
de Mayo. That's right. It's Cinco de Mayo.
wait, today is?
Today is.
No.
Yes, it's Cinco de Mayo. Where's my margarita?
I just have a coffee and that's
I
it.
know. But that's where I'm going to have a margarita later today then.
Well, geez, happy Cinco de Mayo, guys. I should have had our thumbnail actually have like, you know,
Yeah, I
look like we're
just
going
thought
to
of
the
that.
moon with what do you call those things? Sombreros.
Speedy Gonzalez.
Yes. Dude,
So
but
I
yeah,
think
so
that's
that
where I
that
think it's
looks
going to
pretty
happen. I
good
mean,
though.
really, probably over the next couple of weeks, we're going to break this top resistance line, or at least come up to it. But I think we're going to go above that by the by end of May. We'll probably be 75, $80,000, and then it's just we're gonna see the market just go up. Let me change here, just like we have in the past. I'm gonna go to 5-year chart with the weekly. So the last halving was 2021. So we want to look at that area, right?
Yeah.
So let me, which is pretty much right in this zone, right in here. So you can see, when was the last halving? It was in May, correct? Last year,
It
last
was.
halving.
Yep.
So this is just called the middle of May. I mean, I mean, there was a 40% drop, right? Oh,
Mm.
that's 2021. It was in 2020. Excuse me. Wrong time frame, folks. Sorry about that. All right, the halving was in 2020, May of 2020. February. So it didn't act that way before, really.
No, I don't think it did. I don't remember it.
No, I remember. Well, I think maybe a little bit. We had the halving and then it peaked and we had this drop here,
Yeah, but
you know.
I feel like this time around is different in so many ways.
I'm going to go
I mean,
back to
let's
2017.
okay, let's face one of the first realities of difference. Okay. The
It is different. It feels
one of the
different.
first realities of
Also,
difference for this time around was is we have never seen Bitcoin go to an all-time high prior to the halving.
that's correct.
Okay, so what do you expect after the halving? You expect it to dump because it's oversold. It's not following historical charts.
Right.
So that makes total sense to me. But now the real question is well, what does that mean for the future? You know, because we've kind of offset the trend to some degree.
Trying to look at maybe 2016. But yeah, I think, some people saying this is just going to be bigger than we ever thought, just the way it's acting right now. But it made sense for the sell-off. We did hit all-time high, 74,000.
Well,
And then,
a lot of predictions have not been happening lately in all the markets.
but Grayscale ETF, they just started having inflows, which was a big deal.
Yeah.
Let me see. So
Well, and I'm wondering
June,
if that's what's happening right now is you're just having a lot of these institutional investors, massive exchanges trying to manipulate the market so they can grab more while they can.
I mean, back in 2016, there was like a 26% drop right around the halving.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm still just optimistic. I really am. I really think that this market is acting a little different than it did in prior after prior halvings. But this
Yeah.
market is a lot different because there's a lot more institutional money flowing into
There's a lot
the
of
crypto
institutional money
market.
flowing in it. And dude, I gotta say, like, I'm a little bit curious as to why there has been a long time predicted recession that we were supposed to have, and we
I
have
think
not
we've
had that.
always been in it, but they didn't,
Yeah, yeah, and that's the argument.
really.
Well, that's the argument is
And
that we've always
they're
been in
saying
a
like inflation's going down. It's
well,
not.
it's not.
It's
And
we've
inflation
been
would
in it,
definitely
but they don't, it's how the news, the media is going to twist things.
well, and I feel like yeah, and that's what I'm saying is I feel like recession is always kind of up for interpretation depending on what it is, commodities versus yes, okay, the reality is that commodities are high. You know, I've never paid this much for eggs in my life,
I'm like,
you
right.
know. But
Or milk. I'm
at the
paying six
same
dollars a
token,
gallon for a milk.
right, but
It's
at the
just
same
nuts.
token, there's a lot of people that are making a crap ton of money too because
There
things are
are.
not going down in price. You got real estate, for instance, is going up tremendously high. It'd be interesting to look at the real estate market chart if there is one. It's just, we're not really going through the recession that we thought we'd be going through. And I find that really fascinating. You know, it's almost like all these predictions have not really, people keep on saying, oh, this is exactly what I said was going to happen. It's like, no, it really hasn't been though. Like,
I
you,
know.
no one really knows. No
They
one
don't.
really actually knows. And
I'm looking at just the crypto markets as themselves, Bitcoin dominance. And here we are with Bitcoin dominance. Right around we peaked at 57% here and then we went down, but doesn't that kind of look like almost a bull flag, but I think a little too long of a flag, but maybe. But it's rebounding up now. I really think that we're going to see another surge in Bitcoin price, which is going to push this dominance,
it's prepping for a
back
huge
up. And
bounce.
who knows, like I said before, I wouldn't be surprised to see Bitcoin dominance get up to around 2%. And you could see looking at this weekly chart, it's just been just up, and to the right and up, to the right and up. And that's what it's been doing. And I think we're going to have a couple more of these to the right and up. And right now we're going to go to the right and up. And it looks like right here, if you want to look at it, and that would be a golden cross going to be happening here with the
Well,
50-day
I was gonna
moving
say
average
that looks like a
going
golden
above
cross.
the 200-day moving average. But for the most of the time, it's just been riding this 20-day moving average. So I really think we're going to see, 60 to 62% Bitcoin dominance at some point.
What does it mean when the 200-day moving average goes over the 50-day moving average?
It would be a death cross,
So that's interesting too, because that happened and it really wasn't much of an effect on it.
right?
Look at
So
that.
I don't know
Look at
when.
that. Look
So
look at
this
that
is
right.
if this is the 20-day and the 50. So that's really not much of
Uh,
anything.
oh, okay, that's the 50. So I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
the
That's
purple's the 50 right here.
okay.
That's
So
where it looks like it's going to be happening. A golden cross is going to be happening.
right. But give me the death cross philosophy. What
The
like
death cross is when the 50 is going to come down and go under the 200-day moving average.
go
That
under
point
it?
where it crosses would be
Okay, so
called
the
the death.
50 has to be above it
Yeah, when the 50 is coming back up above the 200,
and it
that's
goes down below. That's a
that's a
death
golden
cross.
cross when the 50 goes above the 200. When the
Right,
50
but
goes below the 200, that's called the death
that's
cross.
the death cross, right? Which is not necessarily looking too soon.
No, it looks like it looks like we're having a golden cross going to happen here. We'll know in the next day or so. Well, this is the weekly
So
chart, so it'd be
Bitcoin's dominance doesn't necessarily mean no altcoin season.
no, correct.
It
So
just it just means that, Bitcoin's going to remain continuing its dominance and pulling the market
and
upward.
this is what I think. I think Bitcoin's going to have a couple more pushes. Maybe one will get it up to around 57%. Maybe that's when Bitcoin goes above 80,000. Who
Right.
knows? Right? And the altcoins are going to then come back up, and that's going to probably make Bitcoin just go right and down a little bit. But I think we're going to get one more surge when Bitcoin is going to be like, 60 to 62% dominance. But then after that, doesn't mean Bitcoin's not going to continue going up in price. I think after that, it's going to altcoin season's really going to pick up, and we're going to see that just take off.
Mm.
And of course, if that grows faster than Bitcoin, even though Bitcoin's, growing in price, it's going to go ahead and take away from the Bitcoin dominance. So you can see right now, this is the total two. This is on the weekly. So it looks like we had maybe like a bull flag here. You can see on the weekly, it came down and tested the 20-day moving average. But it's holding this. You can kind of see like there's a line here. Oops. You know, where we'll just draw it roughly in here. So you see this line here where it was kind of not too much. It blew through it here. I mean, these are weekly charts, so it was resistance and then became support, not really resistance there. But you can see where this section, it was kind of a support area. And now it broke up above it again over here. And it's coming back down and tested it as support. I really think it's going to take off and we're going to see it at least push in short term the its all-time high of about 1.7 trillion for the altcoins. And mind you, that includes stable coins and Ethereum. If you look at just the total three, which removes Ethereum, but remember that still has the altcoins in it, and they all the charts look very similar,
Which is good.
which is good on the altcoin. So they're all on the same trend. I mean, we do find certain coins that kind of go opposite the trend, but similar thing happening here. I mean, you could look at that as almost a bear flag forming on the weekly. If I zoomed in a little bit, we'll go to the daily. Oops. Let's see. For some reason, it's not letting me select the daily. There we go. So the daily, I mean, short term, could this be like a double bottom here? Here and here? I mean, that could be a short term double bottom almost. But
which is
again,
bullish.
yeah, which is bullish. So it almost came down and tested the 200-day moving average. But the good thing is we're above the 200-day moving average. So that there pretty much say the trend is still up. The trend is still bullish.
Well, it's
If
trying to
we
test the 20 and the 50 right now, right?
Yeah, right now we went below it, and then it right here was acting like resistance, and now we're in the process of let's see if we can get back above the 20 and the 50-day moving average, which I think we're going to do over the next several days. I really think the market, this downtrend slash correction, I think we're at the tail end of it now. I think we're going to be breaking out. I really do. If you
Well,
look
with
at,
that, just pausing you right there for a second, okay?
yep.
With trying to get above the 20 and the 50-day moving average right now. This is from Yahoo Finance. It says Bitcoin wild price swing points to the rising influence of the ETF buyers. So a lot of this is potentially driven by the ETF buyers. You know, it just says right here, Bitcoin jumped around 7%. That's 62,000, almost 63,000 on Friday, helping hold prices higher among smaller cryptocurrencies such as Solana and some meme coins like Dogecoin. And they've dropped Bitcoin price down to 56,000 or 50, yeah, 56, which is crazy. That's actually
On
quite
May
a,
1st, so that was on Wednesday. It was down to
yeah,
56,000.
but here it is. So the lowest level in about 2 months that we've seen Bitcoin. Okay. It's the lowest level that we've seen in 2 months. So here we are trying to fight the 50-day moving average, the 20-day moving average. I mean,
I want,
we've been going crazy since fall. Let's be honest. We have. I
but I
mean, it's
want to say
gradual.
the stats on it. I wish I could find a chart. I saw a chart on it at one point where um the last bull run, there were like I want to say 8 to 10 instances where Bitcoin dropped 25 to 40%.
Yeah, which is well, okay. So, so the bear market, it's always 63 or 65%, I think, for Bitcoin.
No, I'm saying like as it goes up, like you can see, let me get back to the Bitcoin chart
Yeah, yeah.
and
I just
then
thought that was
I'll
interesting
share
because
my
that was
chart.
the whole point of that for me was is just like it's crazy that it's literally been the lowest that we've seen it in just the past 2 months.
But it's normal.
It is normal.
It's a normal, based on history. Um,
It's not
it's
super normal for this particular halving though. It is normal, but
but the fluctuation's normal. Yeah, after this halving, um, well, we all knew
we all knew it was going to happen.
there was going to be a selling, a
Right.
sell-off.
We did know that.
Buy the
Yes.
news. I mean, buy the rumor, sell the news. So when the
Right.
halving happened,
It
and
happened.
that was normal. I mean, so the halving was April what, 21st, 23rd, whatever.
I just think naturally you're going to have bigger numbers.
It actually started going down before the halving,
It did. Yeah, I remember it was like a week before
right?
or something like
So,
that.
but you just look from March to this drop here, that was 47 days, 48 days, and it dropped 23%,
Yeah, which is not that terrible.
right? It isn't. If we look here back in beginning of January,
But make a note of this though. The next time you guys go through a halving in crypto, maybe it's a good time to try to pull out some funds, a month prior to the halving. Might be worth it.
yeah, I mean, you can do that. Yeah, definitely. You
And
be
then wait
watching it and
and then wait a
whatnot.
good week after or whatever. And because that seems to be a normality.
So, and back in January, it dropped 20%. So 20% in January, 3 months later, another 25%. But after that 20% drop, whoops, let me, after that 20% drop in January, that started this move, in 48 days, it went up 89%. Not bad. And
Yeah.
now it dropped 25%. And now who knows? Is it going to go up another 80? Is it going to copy with the last move? So let's say from its low, it goes up another, breaks 100,000. That's a 73% gain. Could that happen? It definitely could. Who knows? And say it happens in 40, like 40 something days, 46 days. That would put it June 17th. Mark your calendar, folks.
Well, listen,
Just
listen to
kidding.
this.
Oh, by the way, I just got to make sure that everybody knows this is our views and opinions and not financial advice
Yeah,
because we're
exactly.
not financial advisors.
Yes.
I don't know. That's how I'm looking at it. Who knows?
So listen,
These
listen to
similar
this.
up movements after these, corrections.
So based on that article that I was reading earlier, so it says that investors have pulled a net, okay, so a net of 564 million from the batch of almost a dozen US ETFs on Wednesday. So 564 million is how
So
much
that's got to
they,
relate to, what a
yeah.
sizable drop.
But
That
then they
was on
also
the
said,
first. That
so
was this probably this
th-
one wick right
that
here.
was, it was, yeah. And then
Um,
Wednesday, it was the biggest draw since uh January. So, and then what they were saying was is the drop in Bitcoin from the record of almost 74,000 reaches in March shown some, it shows that some worry by traders who may see some risk in the global macro environment that the Fed or the general investors are not seeing yet. So they're saying that they're actually, the way that I'm interpreting this and understanding this is that it sounds to me like they're actually considering that there could actually be a recession that's still in play. Well, not a recession, but like a pretty big, you know, hole, because there's so much money that can be pulled out now because there's so much that are invested now, you know?
right. So,
So much. Like think about this for a second. Just think about this for 1 second. We went from $74,000 BTC down to what?
56,500 roughly.
56,000. Let's just do the math on that for a second. How much is that? Is that
That's
15?
yeah, just call that that's like $18,000 drop.
Yeah, it is 18,000.
Yeah.
$18,000.
Yeah, about 25%.
Yeah, I know. That is insane. If you think about that just for a second, how severe that is, and like that's a large amount of influx of money. That's a crazy amount of money.
It is
Crazy.
for the whales and the large holders, definitely.
Yeah. It just makes me wonder sometimes, like, is this happening too quickly? Like, did we actually hit an all-time high way too fast?
I don't
You
think
know,
so. I think
do
this
we need some
I
more
think the market is different this
stability?
time around because there's so much more money that got involved before the halving.
So much more money.
So much. I mean, we're talking billions and billions of dollars.
Yeah, ridiculous. Yeah,
So,
it's
but
just
I
weird to
think
see
this
it.
these corrections, this is normal corrections in a cryptocurrency bull market. These are the normal spikes, highs and lows that we come to love and hate in
Yeah.
the crypto market because they're so volatile and they're such large swings. But that's the market. That's how the crypto market plays right now. Very high volatility, big swings. So when you have corrections, it might go down 20, 30, 40%. But then when it turns around after the correction goes back up, now it's going up 50, 80, 100, who knows how much.
Yeah. So here's another thing. So I thought that Fidelity was actually involved in crypto or in Bitcoin specifically. Were they not?
Yeah, they have you can buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, I think,
So
and
maybe
maybe
it's that
Litecoin
Fidelity is not
on
personally
Fidelity
involved.
platform,
Well, okay, because it says right here,
and they
Fidelity.
have ETFs, Bitcoin ETFs as well.
So Fidelity is a major financial service firm that's they're let's see, where is this?
They have like
Explore
2 to 3 trillion under management.
well, they're exploring and investing in Bitcoin, particularly after the approval of the spot Bitcoin exchange trade fund earlier this year.
So
So
they're looking at buying Bitcoin.
so Wall Street, Giant Fidelity says It's yeah. So I mean,
Beginning to
so
explore Bitcoin and crypto. Scroll down now. Let me, yeah, quick read on this.
yeah. So Fidelity has been bullish on Bitcoin for years, launching a digital asset brand in 2018 and bringing successful Bitcoin ETF to the market. Earlier this year, the firm ETF attracts significant capital compared to its competitors. Now, Fidelity VP and digital asset manager is saying the company is engaging with major pension funds and other institutional investors about
About allocating to Bitcoin. So other pension funds look
yeah,
like major pension consultants have already purchased by Bitcoin ETFs. So I think a lot more people want access to cryptocurrency and Bitcoin through the ETFs. So I think, I don't know, that's how I'm understanding it. Like we're going to see larger inflows again.
yeah. I think there's something that's something pretty big too. These are the things that are going to push Bitcoin to much higher heights for sure.
Yes, when you have these investment firms
It's all about how do you get
that
more money in it.
they control trillions of dollars. So if they allocate 5% of their trillions of dollars, that that could realistically be hundreds of billions of dollars.
Yeah, which
You know, what's
is
5% of, if you count all the, like BlackRock, Fidelity, and all the other companies that got involved with Bitcoin ETFs? I think
right.
it was like 17 or 18 trillion. So if 5% of that 17 to 18 trillion get exposure to the Bitcoin, that's, you know, anywhere from 700 to maybe 700 to $1 trillion, depending. 700 billion to 1 trillion.
Yeah.
Huge money.
Yeah, it really is huge money. And that's makes sense. I mean, I think this is definitely going to be the big ticket to why we're going to see a $250,000 Bitcoin is and beyond is
So now
because
the trick is to find the altcoins that are going to skyrocket.
yeah,
And I
exactly.
think some of the old players aren't going to be skyrocketing anymore. That's my
S-
opinion.
So let's
Like
take a look at that just for a second. So right now we're currently sitting at the fear and greed index 58.
time to
Okay, so they're
buy.
calling that neutral.
Yeah,
You know, we have a $2.3 trillion market cap as of right now, which is awesome. So crazy to see that. Still, it still blows my mind to see that. And let's just see what the weekly crypto in the top 100 is. Dog with hat. I've been seeing dog with hat over and
and
over
over
and
and
over
over.
again. This
And I
guy
do not
is
have any.
this guy is just for some reason, which is a meme coin for the record.
Yes,
But
and there's another meme coin there. Pepe too,
oh yeah, let's check that out.
right?
So dog of hat, helium is actually doing surprisingly pretty well. Pepe's doing pretty well. Yeah, the meme coins are definitely taking off once
They
again.
are
Once again, Floki's
Floki.
taking off, you know, Dogecoin's taking off. Yeah, so the meme coins are doing well.
They are.
They really are. It's very weird, but it's not though because it's
Well,
just normal.
go to the category. I wonder if you can just select categories and just select meme coins.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll go to the category. We'll check out the meme coins. It's currently a market cap of 54 billion.
D- just the meme coins of
It's
almost
basically
55 billion.
55
Wow.
billion. Yeah. Dogecoin
Wow.
is number
One.
Dogecoin's the winner for the week. 24-hour winner is Baby Bonk. No idea what Baby Bonk is. And
Yeah,
Egg Dog.
it's yeah, 53%. It's $18 million market cap.
Let's look at the worst. Holy crap. What in the faux? No, I'm sorry. The weekly winner is ERC20. That can't be right.
Yeah, but
Is
look
that?
at the volume. $46,000. That's
Yeah, it's
bull
nothing.
crap. That's
Yeah, it's
BS
total bull
right
crap.
there.
Yeah, yeah. It's MC meme crap. Yeah. Yeah, so you got to be careful with these meme coins. You just have to because it's
Yeah,
really kind of
I
a
don't really get
it's kind of
involved with the
baloney.
meme coins. I rather take risk on new coins that are risky but are trying to, solve or serve the masses.
Yeah.
Um, I really like everybody knows, the Arrow Aero, um, Aerodrome Finance, my Aero token. I really like that. I've been just dollar cost averaging on that one since this downtrend. So I've been buying some of that all the way down.
This is what I'm more. Oh yeah, I was curious about the news that came out with that artificial intelligence
I
um
haven't what with the
partnership,
with
the
the
three
merger.
partnership. Yeah,
Yeah, I haven't seen any new information on it, but I haven't really done a
because
search.
these,
So
yeah, because I'd
um
be very curious to see how that all
let
goes.
me do a search and see if I can
I mean,
find anything.
Oceans is doing pretty good.
I just been kind of waiting
FET,
because I have some ocean and my son has fetch, which is on an exchange.
which as of right
So I
now, it
was
looks
waiting
like
to see
Fetch is
that
actually
swap
doing better.
happen on the exchange. And
Yeah,
then, but I'm gonna see what I can find out.
but the number one, as far as AI protocols go, the past week, ABT has been doing pretty good. The past 24 hours, uh, Bits Crunch has been doing pretty good over the past 24 hours. And these are more serious cryptos that have actual backing projects that are legit versus, what we were just looking at for the meme coins. So a lot of these they just, they're big data companies that are really pushing huge philosophies for Web3 and beyond. So there's a lot to be said for that.
There is. So I think I might be finding some stuff here
Yeah,
about
let's check it out.
I might as well just do my search live. So the first thing I found here, FET
I gotta
token
bounce in a
supply.
few minutes just so you know.
Yep. We'll just go through this and we can finish up. FET token supply increased to support forthcoming ASI token merge following the successful voting across constitu con constituents. I can't say that. Alliance.
Constituents.
Thank you. Alliance communities of Fetch AI and Singularity Net. We recently announced the approval of the token merger of FET, AGIX, and Ocean into ASI to form the Artificial Super Intelligence Alliance.
Mm.
So that's
And
what that
it's
says. I wonder,
wonder when it's happening.
right, let me see if there's any more info right here.
I want it to happen.
I know, I just want so my son Tanner hit fetch at a perfect time. I mean, I had some and I sold it. I shouldn't have, but he kept it and then it skyrocketed. He made out pretty good. So the
Yeah.
following successful voting, that's the next step in the merger. We have now minted an additional 1,477,000,000 FET tokens to support the ASI token exchange mechanism. The additional FET tokens are needed to support the AGIX and Ocean token holders as they convert to ASI tokens based on the following conversion rates. AGIX to ASI will be 0.433350 to 1, supported by the newly minted FET tokens. Ocean will be a little less, supported by newly minted 610 million FET tokens. The FET ASI conversion rate ratio is 1 to 1, supported by the existing FET tokens. This will bring the new total supply of FET to 2.6 million. So subsequent step will rename the FET token to ASI. So it sounds like the FET token is just going to get renamed or rebranded as ASI. Resharing the calculations.
Are they gonna do a burn of the other coins?
I would assume so.
And it'll just be like a one for one?
Right.
Or well, not one
So
for one, but basically whatever they have it calculated out to. Because if that's the case, it doesn't really matter what exchange that you have it on, it should automatically, which by the way, that's pretty big too. I don't think it's
so
going to be disconnected from any exchanges.
no. So that's where I'm kind of waiting to see where
It's a big
when
thing.
they
It's a
I'm
big
waiting
move.
when the exchanges do their thing because then I have my AGIX is in a software wallet and so is most of my ocean. So, but I have a little bit of stuff, like I said, on exchanges, so I can see when that process happens.
Yeah.
So I would assume the wallets, you're just going to have to initiate the swap process on the wallet, whereas the exchange, if your money's on an exchange wallet, they're going to do it for you automatically. Where if you're holding your stuff and say like MetaMask, or if you have like an Atomic or an Exodus wallet or something like that, Ledger, you'd probably have to go in there and initiate the exchange for the new
Yeah.
ASI token. That's my take. But overall, my sentiment on the market right now, and we can finish with this if you'd like, Cody, is this is my sentiment. I think the correction is over. And I think
Yep.
we're bouncing back up from the correction, and we're going to start seeing a real big jump in the market. We're going to see new all-time highs probably for Bitcoin, and we're going to start seeing altcoins pop again.
Yep.
That's my prediction. Over the next 30 days, that's what I think. We're going to see total market cap over 3 trillion. Bitcoin is going to be all new to all a new all-time high, and different altcoins going to be, we're going to start seeing the altcoins doing like we've seen in the past, 50%, 100% moves in a day or two, multiple 100% moves over a week or two. So that's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah, and I have
And
to agree
just
with that sentiment because
stay positive.
I
This is
have
the
to,
crypto market, you know.
yeah,
They like to go ahead and put some pucker factor into you
they
with
do.
these nice
And you're going to see that
corrections.
stuff consistently happen throughout, which is, healthy for the market in general. But I agree with you. I think that there is, there's a lot of really, serious traders that actually think that we're going to see Bitcoin over the next 6 months go up to 120 plus thousand, which
So
is going to
pretty
be,
much it's going to be over 100,000. Bitcoin will be six figures before the end of 2024.
I do think that's actually quite possible, if not probable. So, well, all right, guys, make sure that you guys do your own research. Thanks for chilling with us, and leave in the comments section if there's anything particular that you want us to look up or check out for you guys, as far as coins go or exchanges or anything at all. I mean, we really just love the world of crypto in general. If you guys could please like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell notification, that would mean the world to us. And we're going to be hopefully putting out some videos today on some coin updates with some particular coins that we like more specifically. Continue to put out some fun videos for you guys. And yeah, Brian, it's been nice hanging out with you. Sorry I had to be a little short today, but it
Oh,
was
that's
definitely
okay.
good. So,
Great to
but
see you. And everybody have a great rest of your weekend.
yeah, you guys have an awesome weekend. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo. Cinco
Cinco
de
de
Mayo.
Mayo.
Cinco.
And enjoy your tequila.
Don't everybody get too drunk. So, all right.
All right. If you do, have a DD.
Yeah, exactly. Drive
All
safe,
right.
folks.
All right. Everybody have a great day. Take
See y'all.
care. Bye.